Welcome, welcome, one and all, in here, out there, all around the world, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Well, it happened again. After a bizarre and vicious campaign fueled by a desperate need not to go to jail, Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. It's almost like you rehearsed that. The deep shock and sense of loss is enormous. Okay, but let's look at the bright side. This way, at least there'll be a peaceful transfer of power. Mike Pence, ollie ollie oxenfree. All day yesterday, I was walking around proudly wearing my I voted sticker. Today, I wore my I am questioning my fundamental belief in the goodness of humanity sticker. Now, they give those out. They give those out at the bake sale. Right outside. Now, as a late night host, people often say to me, come on, part of you's gotta want Trump to win because he gives you so much material to work with. No. No one tells the guy who cleans the bathroom, wow, you must love it when someone has explosive diarrhea. There's so much material for you to work with. Come on. Now, you understand that? That good? I wish, you wish, so many of us wish this hadn't happened, but that is not for us to decide. This is a democracy. That's democracy with a capital duh. And in this democracy, the majority has spoken, and they said they don't care that much about democracy. And I want to take a moment to congratulate Kamala Harris and Tim Walz on running an amazing 107-day campaign. You know, come on. That was extraordinary. Right out of the gate. They hit it right out of the gate. Firstly, I hope they stay in touch. I know they're really good at texting. As we're all about to plunge back into the Trump hole, here's what occurs to me. The first time Donald Trump was elected, he started as a joke and ended as a tragedy. This time he starts as a tragedy. Who knows what he'll end as? A limerick? There once was a man who was orange. Damn it! Who knows what the next 4 years are going to be like? What we do know is that we're going to be governed by a monstrous child surrounded by cowards and grifters. And my brain keeps pumping out an unlimited supply of ramifications. It's really hard to see a bright side here. So far, all I've got is his inaugural address. Because while it's going to kick his administration off to a terrible start, at least we know the mic stand's going to get a happy ending. Now, here's another... I got something. Just a little something there. Here's another kind of sort of silver lining. Last week, in a Wall Street Journal op-ed titled, How Risky is a Trump Second Term?, they hopefully point out that in the last go-round, the authoritarian rule the Democrats and the press predicted never appeared because Trump was too undisciplined and his attention span too short. Well, there's a cup of sunshine. He's too unfocused to be a fascist. They might have promised to put immigrants in camps, but he doesn't have the concentration. Now, Kamala Harris gave her concession speech this afternoon. And do we have a clip? I want to warn you, it's a sad moment, but here's the clip. Oops-a-daisy, never mind, that's a puppy riding a duck. I thought we could use a pick-me-up. We have 4 years to watch things that make us sad. Today, just treats. By 3 a.m. last night, Trump had picked up North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. In exit polls, voters said they were looking for the candidate who could bring needed change. Okay, but change, that's kind of a vague word. It includes a lot of possible outcomes. For instance, you could remodel your kitchen, or you could burn your house down. That's what you call an open concept. Not only was he reelected, but he did better in almost every demographic. One reason Trump might have exceeded his expectations is that some people didn't even know who was running against him. According to Google Trends, search interest for "Did Joe Biden drop out?" spiked on Election Day. What the hell? It happened a long time ago. You might as well be Googling, why no more Cosby? Or Tupac new music when? Also, pretty concerning are the searches most related to that search. Kamala Harris, why did Biden drop out of election? Polls, when did Joe Biden win the election? And finally, when is National Ice Cream Day? Leading to the logical and troubling conclusion, the person Googling it was Joe Biden. Now, I'm gonna miss that man. I'm gonna miss that good man. Unlike 2020, the results were called much earlier than most people had expected. Donald Trump gave his victory speech last night from Florida. Let's take a look. No, I'm sorry. That's one of those cool rubber machines that prints patterns on dishware. There you go. If only we'd elected that weird white blob. This is rough. Last time Trump won, it felt like a grotesque fluke. This time, America knew exactly what they were getting, and they went hard for him anyway. It's like that famous quote, "Those who do not learn from history are me." Hey, that's me, which reminds me, I wanted to look something up. Hey, Google, did Joe Biden drop out of the election? But... CBS News released some startling graphics of how the vote shook out. Oh, it's another dog and duck friend. I'm sorry, I just really need these. This election is historic in a number of ways. One is that Trump now becomes the second former president in history to win back the White House after losing a re-election bid while in office, Grover Cleveland being the first. Cleveland, of course, served 2 non-consecutive terms in the late 1800s. He was the leader of something called the Bourbon Democrats. And I'm guessing this morning, there were a lot of Bourbon Democrats. Whoa. The coming years are going to be fascinating. And I use the term fascinating in the same way Mr. Spock would when the Enterprise was about to be sucked into a black hole. Fascinating. But we can take comfort in knowing that we've been here before. We know what's coming. It's like the first time you attend your child's spring concert, no one could possibly prepare you for 25 second graders playing the recorder. But your next kid, you're ready. You packed earplugs. No amount of Frere Jacques could break you. So, election 2024 is over. That's where we are. And we're all going to have to deal with it in our own way. But before we go, I do have one small request. Can we just tell Jimmy Carter that she won? And then can Jimmy Carter tell me that she won? That would make me feel better because I know Jimmy Carter wouldn't lie to me. We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is CBS News anchor and chief political analyst John Dickerson. But when we come back, meanwhile, some things never change, baby.